Welcome to Smart Health Talk with your host, Elaine McFadden.
Take a walk on the wild side, where the birds and the bees survive. Right before me, my newfound hippie side. Once ignored these conspiracies.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Elaine McFadden. This is Smart Health Talk radio show, and we are so pleased to be spending some time with you today, and hope you're going to walk away from this show, if you stick around, which I hope you will, with some new information that could actually make a difference in your life. Might help save you money, might help you lose weight, might help.
Oh, I need that. I need that. So this is the show for me then, right?
Yes, Andrew. Andrew's our engineer here, everyone. Hey, Andrew, how's your day?
Oh, it's going pretty good.
It's pretty beautiful outside today. So very windy. Very, very windy.
Very windy.
Yeah. I had to, I have a big camping tent in my backyard up right now with about 8 butterflies in there, 3 females and 5 males.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They each have their own room. We're keeping them separated right now.
Is that so they don't mate?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's better if the female is older.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a cougar.
Yeah. She'll have healthier, larger eggs if you give her a few weeks.
Weeks.
Yeah. So we're going to wait, and then they'll eventually I'll release them. But we're hoping to get some butterfly eggs out of that, so we can make sure that they're really healthy. Because we're trying to make more of our monarch butterflies in the area healthy without disease, because it's almost like half of them die from the disease.
Right, right.
Which is a lot. So, but in the wild, it's like 95% of the chrysalises don't make it. And things like flies can actually lay eggs in them.
Oh.
And kill them that way.
Yikes.
So I try to keep that away, of course.
Right, right.
And we have our Blue Monarch Project, everyone, in case you haven't heard of that. You're actually, if you're from the Inland Empire, you're living in an area that used to be a major monarch migration pathway. And I just heard some really great news that over in Menifee, I think they're building a bridge to help the monarchs, because the roadway they put in was actually coming in contact with them, and cars. Excuse me. I'm actually going to take a quick drink.
Is that special water or is that just water?
Yeah, it's special water.
Good. Good to know.
Mm-hmm. I get that water from, it's a place where they super filter it, and it's high pH.
Is that alkaline water?
Yes.
Okay.
And
I know what that is, yeah.
Yeah, I prefer to get it from there because it's super fresh. If you buy alkaline water in the store, who knows how long it's been sitting.
This is true.
And the alkaline pH, which is around a 9 or so, is what you're shooting for. That is something that can dissipate after a while. So I like getting it. And this guy has it's like a NASA type filtration system there. And I couldn't believe the difference. Like when I got the water from the tap, and I have one of those nice kettles that's like clear and it has blue lights at the bottom, and it boils my water because I like to have organic tea.
Okay, yeah.
And when I put the water from the tap, immediately you can just see all the stuff in there, all the minerals or whatever residue that is.
Yeah.
And it immediately starts clogging up and like coating my kettle. But when I go and get this over there in Loma Linda on Mountain View and Barton Road, Bernie over there, he's just fantastic. And unfortunately, they've been targeted by the fire department because they have a red zone, which it never should be a red zone when you're dealing with these huge bottles of water.
Right, right.
And I actually found a code in the city code where, because they gave me a ticket. My foot hurt, and I had to take all these bags of laundry into the laundromat.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way I could carry him through that busy parking lot. I mean, there's cars going back and forth, and $70 ticket. And they sit there and they'll give them out all day long.
Yeah.
To people, and that hurts his business. It hurts the pizza place. It hurts the laundromat, the water place. So I plan on going to the city council about that. I actually went to the city council week before last.
Here in Redlands.
In Loma Linda.
In Loma Linda.
Yeah, and it was raining, and there was just some vets there, and the city council. And I think they were a little surprised in some of the things I had to say, because I actually have the proof from the Department of Agriculture just what pesticides are being sprayed all around my house, because I live in Loma Linda. Not just that, but Redlands. But I have the information. I plan on putting that on our Blue Monarch website. Oh, man, this water is
alkaline water.
It is actually the best. And he told, I am not endorsing this as like any kind of cure or anything like that. But he actually told me that doctors from the hospital have come to visit him because patients have responded so positively to drinking this water. And the thing is, when people are sick, they have a high amount of their body is more, and their blood is probably more acid, because they drink or eat a lot of things that are acid-causing foods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which would be a soda, for one, a donut, meat, any kind of animal products actually can cause that. But yeah, soda's like, one of the worst, all these like junk food type products. So of course, you're constantly subjecting yourself to that if that's the way you eat.
Right, right.
And when you're in a state where you are more acid than alkaline, it is easier for the bad guys to multiply. And when you're more alkaline, it's an environment that's better for our good guys to multiply, but not so good for the bad guys to multiply. So that's why people would want to, it's not something that you necessarily have to do all the time, drink this kind of water all the time. But if you feel, and for myself with your joints and things like that, you can also notice a difference. And people that have a tendency to get joints where you can get bunions and rheumatoid arthritis and
all the stuff that I hate.
Yeah, autoimmune diseases. I mean, all of these situations, your body is in a state where, the autoimmune diseases, your own body is attacking itself. And it's like your body thinks that your self cells are invading cells. And that's really a bad situation. And there are a lot of autoimmune diseases out there. Lupus is one of them. But, the rheumatoid arthritis is another one. There's also a vitiligo, where the melanin in your skin is attacked by your own body. And it could be a stress trigger. It could be a sunburn. And then you end up with white patches. Michael Jackson had that.
Yes, he did. That's why he bleached his skin. People thought he wanted to be white. No, real skin condition. There's even some pictures of that. Mm-hmm. And by bleaching his whole skin, he camouflaged it in a sense. He hid it in plain sight. Right.
And so, bottom line, there was a pretty good, there was one part of it I didn't like, but Dr. Katz, who he was on the first season of The Biggest Loser. I met him in person because I was working for Nature's Path Organic Cereals, and they had hired him to do something. I don't know why. I don't think he's really into organic. The comments he makes, it's like, oh, it's all the same. Those kind of comments coming from someone that is intelligent as him, because he actually created like the prevention arm of, I'm thinking it's Harvard or Yale. I'm going to have to go back and see that, which university that he is from. But this was Mark Bittman and Dr. David Katz who had answered these different questions on nutrition. And hey, being a dietitian, I would think, hey, that's supposed to be my expertise. So I was kind of like, well, I want to see, does this man like thinking the same kind of things I am? And we have a great section on our website, smarthealthtalk.com, and it's called our 10 Smart Health Talk Resolutions. And these are like the main categories are 10 behaviors, main behaviors that if you work on those, it will change your life. It will change your health. It'll change your body, your energy level, how you feel, how you're thinking. All of these things are affected by our nutrition. And Dr. Katz agreed with me that diet is the number one most important thing. The problem is pretty much everything in the grocery store is something that is acid causing, okay? And it is not putting your body in a position where it feels more like in a state of inflammation, which inflammation is something, it's a reaction in our body. It can be a good thing. But the thing is, when these foods are causing this kind of reaction and then it kind of like stays there because we're constantly eating them, your body never has a chance to recover and kind of get into a position where it can heal and rejuvenate. And you want to give your body a break. And that's why I believe in not eating all day long. There are some people that say little meals throughout the day. That doesn't work for me because I never feel satisfied from these little meals. I like real food. I was like raised as a meat and potatoes kind of girl. And I like to sit down and have, I still like to have meatless meals. And beans, I love beans.
That's the protein right there.
Yes, and actually for all these people that we live in a blue zone in Loma Linda, that's what's so upsetting, that they are spraying these pesticides. And I asked the city council, what would Ellen White think, because their whole Seventh-day religion was founded by her.
What would Ellen do?
Yeah, what would I know? That's exactly what I thought, Andrew. What would Ellen do?
WWED. What would Ellen do?
Yeah, what would Ellen do? I asked him that, I'm like, man, the whole religion is centered on wellness. I mean, they had a sanitarium at the hospital where people came for water therapy, like hydrotherapy, which is a jacuzzi, okay, with hot water and cold water kind of a thing. But they had these treatments because they knew that these kind of things were very stimulating for the immune system, healthy foods. It is like they've done a complete 180 on that. I don't see the food they're serving at the hospital being anything that I would choose to eat. Some of the things they're giving to the patients, glucerna and these other GMO-laden products that are, to me, just worthless, will not use them, would not recommend them. That's what I see as like the cornerstone of their program. And I know for a fact, because I actually did food service for the whole country, bringing an organic product or different organic products to food service that were organic. And I know the people out there that were choosing to use organic food. The Cancer Research of America, no, what's the name of those hospitals, the cancer something of
Oh, you
America.
mean the ones that are nationwide, the chain?
Yeah, cancer.
I believe they're the Cancer Centers of America?
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah,
Cancer Center of America, that's it. Those people actually integrate organic food. They use like homeopathic type treatment. They'll use modern medicine. They use organic food. Probably, incorporate exercise in there, different kinds of healing techniques, the hydrotherapy, massage, acupuncture, all of these different kinds of therapies that some are based in modern medicine, some may be based in Eastern medicine. And, they look at everyone on a case-by-case basis and evaluate that person and how these different therapies might work for them and how they might incorporate them into their treatment plan. And to me, that made the most sense. That kind of approach for a patient. I just see patients getting Ensure, these chemical products that are supposed to help them heal. And you just look at the thing and it's like, that is a negative to me. I don't see where that's helping people heal. Maybe on some basic level, but it's not the real food full of the antioxidants and all of the nutrients that you find in freshly picked organic food. I'm telling you, everyone, that's where it's at. And if your diet is full of all kinds of processed stuff that comes in a box, how many times, Andrew, are you buying food that comes in a box, a frozen meal?
I do buy, okay. You know how the supermarkets have the frozen freezer section, but then they have they all do the same thing. They have like the 3 or 4 freezers where they're tapered off in green to show you that it's healthier.
Oh, okay.
I buy some of that as frozen because I don't feel guilty.
Well, actually,
is it Morning Star? That's a like a health brand.
Well, it would be like a vegan meat.
Yes.
Yeah.
But is that still? You're giving me that look. That's not good still.
No, because most of those products are not organic.
So I'm not. So I'm still failing. Yeah. Is what you're saying?
It's a texturized. Yes. Vegetable protein in there, which is GMO soy. So
you're telling me I'm failing then still?
I would never eat it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. I think and soy. My recommendation is no soy unless it's tempeh or tofu.
But they have the tempeh in there too. Yeah.
Organic tempeh, because
if
all soy is GMO. You just have to go in there thinking all soy is GMO.
Okay.
If you want to change your body, then start getting those foods out of your life.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not that hard.
See,
really.
I figured it's like an alternative. That's what I was. It's an alternative meat. It's a plant-based It's protein. There's got to be something else.
But beans are like so much better. That stuff has been broken down, synthesized.
Yeah, it's true.
It's full of GMOs and pesticides. It's just like that compared to a bean.
Right.
The bean is perfect.
It just comes that way, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like when you look at all the people that live in blue zones and that live the longest in the world, the one thing that is across the board for all of those people is beans.
Beans.
And you can buy them in bulk.
Yeah.
You can buy organic bulk at Clark's. I know for sure. I'm not sure if they have it at Sprouts or Goodwin's, but I'm sure that they have some sort of a bulk available. Plus, you can buy. You can find that online too. You can buy in bulk. Frontier Co-op is actually a co-op that you pay a very nominal fee. And you become part of the co-op and you get everything at a wholesale price. So you can start your own co-op. You can get people your friends, your family, people on your street, at work, and you can say, hey guys, you want to be a co-op? And you get, Frontier has some of the most wonderful products. They're simply organic spices. People don't realize antioxidants are really concentrated in spices.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
See, I didn't know
Rosemary, thyme, those things are packed full of all these antioxidants and flavor. But the ones that you get in the store that aren't organic, they've been irradiated. They've been exposed to radiation. They were grown with pesticides. Who knows what all they did to it, but it's pretty much, to me, a dead product. even garlic, they've designed it, they've bred it so that it has hardly any oil because that shortens the shelf life. Oil turns rancid and it makes it spoil faster. So they took the oil out, and that's the very thing you want. That's where the flavor is. That's where all of the chronic disease preventing properties are good for your heart is in the oil, and they take it out. That's why I get mine from my local farmer, and I tell everyone, this is what the plan should be. We can change our world. We can change our country. Dr. Lundgren said if we transition to organic and grazing our animals, we offset every single bit of carbon that we produce in this country. That takes us down the road to reversing what is happening to our planet, to start cooling our planet back down. We need to act immediately. People are getting it all over the world. They're really starting to take action. They're taking action against pesticides and starting to really look at them. I tell you, I reported last week, we talked about a chemical plant, the Chemours plant. I think that was last week. And that is back east. They make Teflon, the chlorofluorocarbons. That stuff is so toxic. If you have any Teflon in your home, get rid of it. You do not need that. Actually, did you know, Andrew, that the microwave popcorn
don't tell me that.
It has a coating in there that is the chlorofluorocarbons. Yes.
I had a whole bag over the weekend. It was a good movie.
But they make organic popcorn that does not have that chemical in there.
Oh, so I can still do the popping in the microwave. I got to buy the right brand.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank goodness, because that's an America pastime right there.
Well, not only are they coating the inside of microwave popcorn bags, but when you go to the fast food place,
yeah,
the French fry cartons,
ooh,
and a lot of the other packaging, even like what they wrap around hamburgers, has a coating of that Teflon stuff.
Yeah.
So that the oil is not that it doesn't like cake inside the packaging and that. Right. They don't want the oil to like really stick out. It kind of like beads on top. It doesn't seek in. So they don't want people probably to see how much fat is in it. Because the right kind of packaging would show. But this stuff repels oil. And so with your French fries, besides all the horrible pesticides, they have Teflon in there too that gets absorbed into your food. Another thing I really try to get people to avoid is Purell, and then anything with BPA on it. BPA, it's on the registers slips that you get from the cash register.
Oh, the receipts.
The thermal paper.
Yeah.
And credit card receipts. You know, all of that kind of stuff. So, and when people use Purell and they touch that BPA, it causes them to absorb more of it.
Oh.
There was a new article that came out that's saying that like shampoo is adding to our atmosphere problem and global warming. And this is something that we have reported over 5 years ago.
Right. Okay.
We've been teaching people this. I'm glad that the main media is starting to come out about it and following our lead, which you hear a lot of firsts here on Smart Health Talk. But yes, these phytates that are artificial smells, perfumes,
right?
Febreze.
Yeah.
You know, gain, smell, all this like smell, you know, and these commercials drive me insane. It's like people are addicted to this smell.
True story. Yeah. You go to Walmart or something and you see people in the shampoo aisle, or maybe it's just me. I open the caps because they don't have a seal on them. So you can open up the caps and I smell the product to see if I like the smell.
Well, they can actually get smells from real ingredients.
Right, and artificially do it.
Yeah, and these companies are like, oh, now we're using the essence of oil, of essential oils in our product. And I'm just like, oh, God, give me a break. You know, you guys probably put like 1 microgram in there. Because this all happened when pomegranate juice, they sued Tropicana because they're like 100% pomegranate juice.
Okay, yeah.
They're not diluting
that.
Right. And yet, and this is true of so many drinks and beverages, Tropicana put like big giant picture of a pomegranate on their juice.
Yeah.
The percentage of pomegranate juice actually in their juice was so minuscule. And yet they put this big giant picture of the pomegranate portraying that there is a large percentage of pomegranate juice in there, when it's like a little whisper of pomegranate juice. Like,
well, I've noticed in the juice aisles, if you do look at the nutrition facts, it'll tell you the percentage of juice, and the majority, I would say maybe 95%, they're like 10%, 5%. 7% juice.
Yes, and that's a really good point, Andrew. And see, this is, and actually it brings me to Ocean Spray, which I wanted to talk about.
They're one
today.
of the biggest offenders.
What they did, a really bad thing. They did a really, really bad thing, okay? And they figured out, oh, we can take, because they used to be like a real juice product, 100% juice. And then they figured out high fructose corn syrup.
Oh, yes.
Really cheap. We'll put 10% juice and 90% artificial flavor and high fructose corn syrup for the sweetness. And guess what? We have now increased our profit by like, 10, 20 times whatever, they're taking the juice out, which is the expensive product, and replacing it with high fructose corn syrup. And one of the CEOs that made that decision, he later said that he really regretted doing that. It was a total ripoff to the customer.
Cutting corners.
A way for them to get fatter and more obese. Eating all this high fructose corn syrup messes with your insulin. And then fake sugars. People think, oh, that's a good one. When actually the fake sugar, you like, let's say you drink a diet soda all by itself. Okay, well, that sweetness, a sweet signal was sent to your brain.
Exactly.
And what your body does is it secretes insulin because it thinks food is on the way, that sugar, oh, we have to prepare because sugar is on the way, because that signal went to your brain. But there is no sugar. There's nothing but some empty product. And so your body has just secreted all of this insulin into your body. And there's no sugar.
Nope.
Yeah, so then you're going to start to store more fat. And like, how do I know this, everyone? Well, I'm Elaine McFadden. I'm a registered dietitian. I've been studying all this stuff, okay? And plus, we talk to some pretty smart people on this show. I've been so busy with my nursery trying to get ready, because this weekend we're going to start selling. I'm going to be at the Grove Farmers Market on Orange Street. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be right here at KCAA in the parking lot. So please come and see me, everyone. I'm probably going to be here from about 9 to 3.
Okay, 9 to 3.
9 to 3, and then the market is like 8 to 12.
Right.
And that's on Orange Street in Loma Linda there, right off Barton Road, between Alabama and California. It's kind of right in the middle there.
And what day is that again?
That's on Saturday.
That's on Saturday.
The Grove Market is on Saturday. It's every Saturday, and it's the best farmers market. It may not seem that big, but you got everything you need there, and the people are the absolute best. They have organic produce. It's such a good price. It's so fresh.
Well, it's like a best kept secret kind of in the area.
I mean, you cannot believe it, Andrew. I get lettuce there, like romaine lettuce. It is humongous.
Yeah.
Humongous. And like, I mean, for the cost of it, it's like 3 heads of lettuce like in the store, and that Earthbound Farms, it's like a mass produced.
Right.
It's organic, but they're hydroponic.
Yeah.
They're hydroponic lettuce that did not grow in the ground like Abby from Three Sisters Farm did it. And you could just tell, it glows. It's like so green, and the oranges and the tangerines. Oh my gosh, it's just like the absolute best. You're eating something fantastic. And when you go and like buy from these farmers, and there is the market night on Thursday night in Redlands, that is a Market Match farmers market. And people that don't know Market Match, if you are on food stamps, you go to a farmers market that has the Market Match program, which almost every farmer's market in LA has it because that's where they rolled out the program.
Right.
But we're starting here, so you may have to find out which markets have it. But I'm positive that the Redlands Thursday night market is a market match. And what that means, you spend $10 of your food stamps at the farmer's market, they will give you a free $10 to spend
Wow.
on more produce. Like, isn't that fantastic?
That's exciting.
Yeah, because so every time, I mean, if you saved your money, like every time you go to the farmer's market, you know, you spend $10, you get $10 free to go, and they give you like some farmer's market bucks, and you just go give those to the other farmers that are selling there, and you get $10 worth of free products.
Right. And I'm looking actually at the Redlands website for Market Night, and it's not just CalFresh. They do WIC and SNAP also for lower incomes. So it's a perfect opportunity to get like the freshest products that are out there farmer direct.
And I'm telling you, that is the golden ticket. The fresh, real produce, not something that has been processed, that's some other version of soy or corn or cottonseed oil. These things are what is causing this 30% obesity, not just in our adults, but this is our 2 to 5 year olds. And we have places in California where there are over 40% obesity in our 2 to 5 year olds. And this is just unacceptable. We have to start fighting for our families to have the best food. And when you go to like the farmer's market that I go to, I get meat there, I get eggs there. I mean, it is like, and I go see those people, and they are my family. They're my people. I'm like, yeah, I'm here with my people, man. They're just such good people.
And they're like, here comes Elaine. No, just kidding.
I know. Oh yeah, they definitely think
and just to remind the listeners, when you say 30% obesity, that's a different category than overweight. There's overweight, and then there's a step above that, which is obesity.
That's like your body is 30% fat.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
If not more. You know, there are people out there that half their body is fat.
Right.
And you're just, you know, the little fluff with all those little fat cells in there. But, you know, I always picture like the muscle cells, because muscle is like complex tissue. It's got sarcomeres in it.
Right.
You can lift like big old heavy weight with those muscles.
Yeah.
You know, they can grow. Like, muscles are really special tissue.
Yeah.
And so when you eat food and you develop this muscle, it's kind of like a high maintenance girlfriend.
Right.
It actually takes a lot of calories to maintain muscle. And that's why when you work out, you actually burn more calories at rest because you have more muscle. And it's a high maintenance girlfriend that requires a lot of calories and more calories than the fat. And I always picture fat cells. All they pretty much are is fat with a little bit of innervation. I picture those fat cells as kind of just like, they just lay around on like a lounger and take naps, and they don't want to use any energy. They don't want to burn anything. They want to keep a lot of it stored. And so that is like, makes you slow, makes you lazy. You don't move too, you know, you're not a quick, efficient body when you have a lot of fat on it. But that's why. And that's why with more muscle, you actually burn more calories, even when you're being a couch potato, because that muscle requires a lot of calories and a lot of maintenance, because it's very complicated, where fat cells are just fat with a little bit of innervation, and it doesn't require much to maintain that. So you want to have more muscle in your body, and I am determined. I've been working really hard in my yard.
Yeah.
And moving faster, and, you know, getting my heart rate up. And I'm working back into it slowly. I'm really glad that I've had this time to let my body rest and heal and I haven't pushed it hard because I did have, as you get older, like I had a tendon in my knee that when I jogged, it was kind of hurting me.
Okay.
And so I'm hoping that everything is really healed. And so many people, they get gung-ho, I'm going to go work out. I'm going to do this. And then the next day they can't even move.
Right.
And then the day after that is when it really gets bad.
Oh, yeah.
But I had Miss California work me out.
Oh, well.
She trained me.
That's the best gym personal trainer you can have there.
I tell you, that woman worked me so hard. I could not even touch my nose. I could not even bend my arm. I was like, damn, I am so sore. I was never so sore. Now, I don't think that's a good approach.
Right.
Because you can hurt yourself so easy.
This is true, yes.
Especially when you're not in shape.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take it slow. Just start walking. Is really the best way to do it. Pilates, fantastic. Yoga, fantastic.
Love yoga, yeah.
Yeah, that's something that when it doesn't push your body to the point where the injury can occur.
No.
Those are very safe exercises. I love Pilates too. My Pilates machine, I get to lay on my back, and I can jump on the trampoline while I'm laying on my back, and I'm just sliding back and forth.
Right.
I should bring my whole Pilates machine.
We can do it. It's smart health. We can do it.
We could show people how the Pilates and the Kardashians and all that. They're all doing the Pilates machine.
Of course, it's the thing. Yeah.
That because Pilates actually invented his machines back in the 1920s. And the reason that he invented them was because he was working with soldiers from World War I that had undergone severe injuries, loss of limbs, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So to help them with physical therapy, it was really hard for them.
Right.
So he invented this pulley system that was able to help them exercise even when they didn't have a lot of strength.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the ballerinas learned about it, they loved it. And the reason they loved it is you didn't get big, bulky muscles.
Right.
You got thin muscles.
Very lean, yeah.
Lean, thin muscles, exactly. But a lot of strength. And that's exactly what a ballerina wants. So they were all over Pilates, they love him and his machine. So the ballerinas figured that one out real quick. But my Pilates machine, I think I spent $300 for it, and it was the best $300 ever. I have spent a lot of time on that machine, and you can do the trampoline. You can do, I got another bar for the back where you can kind of do pull-ups as you're laying on your back.
Oh, wow.
With these long arms, I mean, I'm 6 foot tall. I got the longest arms here. I could never do a pull-up in my life. Those people with the little short arms, man, in the little bodies, they'd be sitting there, 1, 2, and I'm could not even get one pull-up. So that's always been a problem for me. But we did put another bar on our patio, too, that you just hang from.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just try to lift up your knees and do that slowly, working up to that. So I started off just hanging, and you don't realize your shoulders and your neck.
Oh, yeah.
You don't lift your arms up. We don't lift our arms up very much. So these muscles in our neck and that get so sore, and that's why, and then people sit all day.
Yeah.
And they get all this tension in their neck.
Exactly.
Where lifting your arms up and hanging, it really, you start working these muscles that you're just kind of whoa, where did those come from? But anyway, I've been having so much fun. I go and sit in my tent with my monarchs, and they actually start entertaining me.
Oh, really?
Yes, I talk to them, and I shake the branches to kind of like a little ride over at Magic Mountain or something like that. I'm like, woo, come on, let's go. And since that wind has been blowing,
right,
they just hang on, and the thing's all moving around, and they're kind of I think they're kind of digging it. But yeah, this one, she was so cute that she was just doing all this stuff, hanging upside down and doing all these weird positions on there, and watching me at the same time, and they get all excited. They're so happy to see you. But we love our monarchs so much, and The most important thing, I have a sign right here in front of me that says no pesticides.
No pesticides.
And I also have a milkweed plant. And this is like one of the plants we're going to be selling. But I am going to have the most incredible poppies.
Okay.
And nectar plants with beautiful flowers on them. We're going to have a whole bunch of a wide array of all different colors.
Okay, yeah.
And ready to plant with no pesticides, and they're so healthy. You're not going to take them home and they're going to die on you. These plants you get at Home Depot and that, not only are they sprayed with pesticides that kill 100% bees and butterflies and other beneficials, but the nutrients that they give them, I mean, it's nothing but like some chemicals. And so chemicals and pesticides, that's what these plants are raised on. And we have good, healthy, organic soil. It's just a whole different plant is what you're getting. And so you're going to get something that when you invest in this plant, that plant is going to last. I got some plants last year that I had started. They are just bigger and better, and they're already having all kinds of blooms on them.
Oh, wow.
And I got them last fall. And they survived just fine. The Mexican sunflower was a little bit more sensitive to the cold weather, but it's still alive, and I'm very confident that it's going to come back too. But the other plants, gorgeous, so healthy, because you go spend $10, $15 on a plant, and you take it home, and within a month it's dead.
Yeah.
That money was a total waste.
Yes, it was.
Because you thought you were going to have something that's going to last and last. And so this is what we're offering people. And we're also offering an opportunity for you to help bring the monarchs back. The two most important things are no pesticides and more milkweed. There's just not enough milkweed. The milkweed has all been like pulled up or mowed down or whatever. No, people forgot that they're supposed to plant it for the monarchs. It used to probably be wild around here. We have native varieties. Right now we have the tropical, but a little bit later, because we're going to be doing this on a regular basis every Sunday here at the parking lot. We're hoping that we can maybe raise enough money where we can take our show national. We have an option now where we could do something like that. We'd like to get our message out there to more people because it's going to take a country here to change this.
Yeah.
And the United States could actually become a role model for the rest of the world.
Yeah, yeah.
If we made these changes and show that it can be done. Also, another thing that I had talked about here on the show was all the nuclear power plants. And this has actually been a big deal. It was the budget that was just signed by Trump. Yucca Mountain was in there. Yucca Mountain was supposed to be where we're taking all this nuclear power waste.
Right.
We have not done anything with nuclear power waste. It is sitting at nuclear power plants all across the country. It has not been transported. And right now, the American people owe these nuclear power plants $50 billion. The reason they don't want to approve Yucca Mountain, because they have spent that money. They are using it for Social Security, because a bunch of money went into a fund from the energy companies and customers. They should have $35 billion, but they don't. And that is why they're not allocating money for Yucca Mountain, because as soon as they start like getting this whole thing rolling, then these companies are going to start saying, where is our $50 billion that you owe us for leaving this nuclear waste at the plant when you were supposed to be hauling it away and we were supposed to have a place to take it, and you haven't provided it. You have not come through with your end of the bargain. Now, why am I talking about this? Just think. If we had some sort of an accident, you know that there is an oil spill right now, Andrew, another oil spill.
Where's this one at?
Colombia. It's really bad. It's really bad. Already it's like close to 3,000 animals have died. It's like 25 kilometers wide. And these oil spills, it's not if, it's when. They just keep happening, and they will keep happening. That's why we have to get away from oil companies. Oil companies are so arrogant. They have sat around thinking that they had control. They're going to use their billions and billions of dollars to make sure all the policy decisions made are in their favor, where it goes to oil instead of green energy. But you know what? They may have gambled on the wrong bet because apparently everyone's going green and they're going to be left in the dust. And I say, good riddance, bye-bye. You guys, you had your time. You got to make your billions and billions and cause all kinds of destruction and pollution and sickness and death. That your time's over. Yeah, we don't need you, Exxon. We don't need you, Shell, BP. You guys are liars. You knew since the 50s that the sea level was going to rise as a result of all this, and you did nothing. Well, anyway, that's kind of in the news thing. I got a few products here I was going to share with you guys because we want you to buy organic. When you buy, and most people don't know about all these great products. I have here, it's called, Surya, Brazil, Surya, and they have a henna cream. They have this one is a red one, but they have like a neutral one, and this is a great way. It's from a plant. It helps condition your hair, helps repair. This is a great way for no chemicals to color your hair in a natural way. And so this is a great brand right here. Then they also have a bunch of nail polish that I have here, and many people don't realize the chemicals that are formaldehyde.
Oh, yeah, you could smell it when you open the things.
Yes, I know. It's so horrible. These, none of that. And it's incredible colors, top coat, base coat. I'm very excited about this. I'm really excited. I was like, yes. Okay, and then people don't realize that also that like a lot of these companies, we talked about Garnier, and them like lying about like, oh yeah, we're putting these essential oils in it. Here's a great product, a company, Emani, EMANI, and they are a vegan company. They don't do animal testing. These other companies, I mean, it's horrible what they do to animals to test these products. It is just, it's so upsetting. I can't even stand to look at the pictures of it. It just drives me insane. But here I have a wonderful lip gloss. I have my mirror. Okay, I haven't even tried this one. Oh, yeah.
Does it smell good at least? Too, yeah?
Yeah, I do like the...
If you guys are watching at KCAA Radio, she's putting on lip gloss.
You can actually watch us, everyone, right on the radio station. And our videos go up on the YouTube channel as well after the show.
Yep.
I like this lip gloss. You can tell it will really stay on your lips. And all the ingredients in here are organic, and it's a vegan product, no animal testing. I had the lip gloss, and then I also have... see what this one was. Oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, look at how wonderful this is. Wow, it looks like it's some sort of great cream.
Yeah, looks expensive.
Actually, this is their products compared to...
It's the same.
Like maybe not when you compare it with Maybelline, but
Right.
Estee Lauder or like any of these other products, it's going to be just as as expensive, and you're getting all organic ingredients,
Yeah, better
vegan,
products.
no animal testing.
Yeah.
Yes, and I absolutely love it. NutriCare, here's an organic tampon. We're going to be talking about more and more about cotton in the future. And I really recommend endometriosis, horrible thing that's happening to women. Think about it. You're putting tampons with glyphosate and these horrible pesticides because that's what they put on cotton. You're putting it inside in one of the most sensitive tissues that actually absorbs. It's very absorptive tissue. Here I have a coconut oil toothpaste. A lot of people know that oil pulling, you put oil on your teeth and it actually helps pull the bacteria from your gums and your mouth. And so you can just rub coconut oil on your teeth as one way and then just leave it on and then rinse it out. But here is a new, it's called The Dirt. is the name of it. And it has it's sweet cinnamon, but it's coconut oil toothpaste. And I think that's really great. They have a they have a powder, a tooth powder as well. It's a toothpaste. And this is a mint one, and it's called the Dirt. And this has like clay in it as well, and it's a tooth powder. So these things are wonderful. Here's Eat Whatever. We'll have to try this one out. This is like to get rid of bad breath. And they have 2 different tablets that you take, and it's called Eat Whatever. That's another great product. And then here we have EcoDent. I absolutely love their mouthwash. It's incredible.
I've tried that one before. It's really good.
Yeah, it has all kinds of the essential oils in there.
Yeah.
Clove oil and all that really help your gums a lot. This is another tooth powder, a mint tooth powder by EcoDent. So there are so many incredible products. I also want to tell everyone really quick, do not buy Dr. Scholl's. This is a freeze wart remover, and this stuff will save you all kinds of money. Skin tags, weird things growing on your skin. Get one of this liquid nitrogen. The other brand, which I'm trying to think, but just don't buy Dr. Scholl's. This one, it didn't even work when I bought it, and these things cost like $20. Salicylic acid, I tell you, that's another thing. Cheap, and you can put that on all different kinds of weird things growing on your skin, and it warts as well, and it will take it away. All right, well, we have all kinds of information like this that we talk about all the time on our YouTube, Smart Health Talk, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. Please go and find us and join us on those and tune in again. And if you go to our YouTube, we posted the march because we were at that march.
Very good.
March for Our Lives,
Yep.
and we did a video and posted that on YouTube. So anyone out there that was at the march, you can maybe find yourself in the video, which is on our Smart Health Talk YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Elaine McFadden, your host, and from Smart Health Talk. We'll be here back here next Tuesday, 4 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and buy organic.
Out the window.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
So, you want to be in show business. Do people tell you that you're really funny, you have a great personality, and you should have your own talk show? Many of us have been told that, but we don't know how to get started. It's easier than you think. Let the pros at Cali Vegas give you a free talent evaluation. Call 949-44